Okay, so we all know that MacBooks are hell expensive, but this right here was launched at $59,900, making it the cheapest Mac machine on the internet. And now the price is even reduced to $49,900 with offers. And for that price, you get an Apple M4 with 16GB of RAM, 256GB of storage, 5 Type-C port, and an Ethernet jack. All fancy port that even MacBook doesn't get. Now you may be thinking, wow, it's a great deal. Let's empty our pocket and get it. Well, hold on to your horses. If you buy a Mac Mini, you still have to invest in a separate monitor, keyboard and mouse, which will bring the cost to the latest M4 MacBook, which again is selling at a discounted price of $80,000. So the question that has to be asked is, should you get the discounted M4 Mini or the discounted M4 MacBook? Well, this is gonna be interesting, Mrinal, deal advisor. And before we get to the video, we have to address something really serious. Yes, these comments. So where is Pratik? Is he making a new channel? Okay, so we will be addressing all the questions that you might have in this video, and for that we have the special question box. So the first one, what is so special about Mac Mini? Well, starting off, see, this is Apple Mac Mini series. In simple word, it's like PC but made by Apple. It has a smaller 5-inch footprint and weigh almost half a kg and fits right into tighter desk setup. Now, we also have 3 old Mac Minis in the house, and when we bought this new one, first thing we noticed is it's so small. Like, it's almost half the size of the older one. Also, you get some layout changes, like compared to the older design, now you get 2 USB-C port and a headphone jack right in the front, which makes plugging in SSDs and accessories a lot more convenient. As for the rest, you get a 3 Thunderbolt 4 port, 1 HDMI 2.1 port, a Gigabit Ethernet and a power connector. A small note, this M4 Mac Mini supports up to 3 external displays, in case you are into that. But you can also hook up your 8K television with this. Yes, it's damn powerful. Now, all of those ports are good. However, Apple decided to place the power button right at the bottom of the unit.
Just like the Apple mouse.
Well, Apple being Apple. But Mrinal, what is so special about the M4 Mac Mini? See, it's not just the design. The M4 Mac Mini also has upgraded internals. Like, all the new Mac Mini lineup now comes with 16GB of RAM instead of 8GB, thanks to Apple Intelligence. Previously, only Pro version used to come with 16GB of RAM. But apart from that, the base storage is still stuck at 256GB. Why? Well, because not just government, even Apple wants you to pay the Apple tax. So if you take a look at the Apple website, from bumping your storage from 256GB to 512GB, you need to pay 20,000 extra. So instead of paying that premium prices, you can just buy an external SSD. That's how we do it. Along with this, even upgrading your RAM will cost you 20,000 rupees extra. Like for Windows PC, you can still upgrade your RAM manually, but not in case of Mac Mini. So yeah, a 24GB RAM and a 512 storage will bring your Mac Mini cost to almost 1 lakh rupees. Absolutely waste. So there is no choice. It only makes sense to buy this 16 256GB variant. But wait a minute, Apple only give you this machine. You would have to buy a separate monitor, which will cost you another 15 to 20,000. A keyboard and a mouse combo, which will cost you another 5,000 max, and a headphone or a speaker, which will make the total cost of around 70 to 75,000. And if you're bumping your budget to 80,000, you also get a fully functioning laptop. Yes, the MacBook Air M4, which is also a deal, currently at 20,000 discount. Yes, one of our team member bought it, and if you're a student, you can get it even cheaper. So first, let's understand the MacBook Air M4. See, just like Mac Mini, this one also has a big change this year. Yes, the base variant starts at 16GB of RAM. And not just that, the M4 Air is still powerful enough to power 2 external displays while keeping the MacBook built-in screen on. Earlier, if you have tried this with older MacBook, the moment you connect 2 external display, the MacBook screen would have gone off. Apart from that, Apple promises 7 years of software update. So yeah, this baby here is built to last. Long story short, this MacBook is gonna outlive your 2 next Android smartphone.
Ooh. Have you heard about Samsung update?
Well, jokes aside, here comes the million-dollar question. Does the MacBook M4 Mini and the MacBook M4 Air performs the same? Well, both comes with the latest M4 chip, and the M series chip, well, they don't need any introduction. The level of raw performance it provides with good efficiency is insane. Now, the MacBook Air M4 has 2 fewer GPU cores compared to the Mac Mini. And not just that, the Mac Mini also has a fan inside. Whereas the MacBook Air, well, There is a reason they call it Air. It is light, fanless and quiet. So technically Mac Mini will have better thermals, right? Well, in theory it performs better in longer hours, but how about in real life? Well, we compare the performance of both, and for reference we also throw in an 80,000 rupees Windows laptop. First we ran Geekbench on all machines. The Mac Mini definitely scores higher. Next, in Cinebench R24, the Mac Mini again scores higher. So yeah, it's more powerful than Windows. But then again, these are just numbers. Let's compare it with something more practical. So we have a same video project open in Final Cut Pro in both M4 Air and M4 Mini, and there are multiple layers of 4K footage along with mask effect, text effect, animations, color grading and all of that. Now if I switch the playback here to better quality and if I scrub through the video timeline, as you can see both of them does it without any hiccups. Even the video playback on both machines is good. Now let's take a render, and as you can see the Mac Mini finished about 15 to 20 seconds faster than the Air, and we tried this multiple times and the result was similar. So yeah, on paper Mac Mini may be slightly more powerful, but in real world usage more or less both of them are same. Now up until here you would have a fair idea of what to choose, and if it was just another video on the internet it would have ended right here. But this is TechWiser style. We will give you complete picture and we will leave some extra watch time. Apple lineup is pretty confusing in India. You get M1, M2, M3 and M4 with a difference of just 5,000 rupees. See, all of these Macs have an incremental 5% upgrade, and M2 and M3, they are just weirdly priced from M4. So let's remove the M2 and M3. Now the battle is between M1 and M4. See, the thing is, M1 is a good machine, but it's a 4-year-old machine and you need a laptop for at least 5 to 7 years. So forget the M1, the M4 is a real option under 80,000. And if you're someone who is even remotely thinking of gaming on Mac, well, don't. Now, there are some videos on how to game on Mac using some hacks, and we tried few of them and played Cyberpunk on MacBook Pro. And yes, it is playable at low to medium graphics, but if you want to go above that, then the FPS you get is terrible. So don't think of gaming on MacBook or even M4. Just forget it. Okay, so now that we are clear that M4 is the chip to go in Apple, which one should you get? The M4 Mini or the MacBook Air M4? See, for the 90% of the people, you should get the MacBook Air M4 because you get the same power with portability. Now for the 10% people, if you're someone who works from home, freelancer working from home, if you have a heavy workflow like video editing, graphic designing, or if you're a programmer working from home and wants to connect multiple monitors, then this M4 Mac Mini is a very solid machine under budget. In fact, I strongly believe out of all the Apple products out there, even with some quirks like overpriced storage and RAM, etc., their Mac Mini and the MacBook Air lineup are solid value for money machine. In fact, we have been personally using Mac Mini for all our video editing needs and it delivers good results. In fact, I have been personally using MacBook for past 10 years and I couldn't be happier. Let us know what are your pick at this price point, a Windows laptop or a Mac Mini. The comment section is all yours. On that note, this is Pranav signing off and I will catch you in the next one.